heading down the home stretch to Elimination Chamber. I'm Matt Carlins, and this is Just Pro Wrestling News for Saturday, February 20th, 2021. This update is brought to you by IndieWrestling.us. Results from Friday's SmackDown and New Japan Strong are straight ahead in this update, but first,
WWE.
A new match added to Sunday's Elimination Chamber show. Shayna Baszler and Nia Jax will defend their women's tag titles against SmackDown Women's Champ Sasha Banks and Royal Rumble winner Bianca Belair. Now, Baszler and Jax are already booked for a title defense against the winners of the Women's Dusty Rhodes Tag Team Classic, Dakota Kai and Raquel Gonzalez. That match is scheduled for the March 3rd episode of NXT. Plus, Lana and Naomi are waiting for their shot after winning a number 1 contenders match. Baszler and Jax teamed with Bayley for a 6-person tag on last night's SmackDown against Banks Belair and Carmella Sommelier Reginald, competing in the second intergender match of his brief WWE career, and Reginald got the win, rolling up Jax just long enough after Banks and Belair delivered a double drop kick. Later, Carmella did not seem pleased to see Reggie getting the spotlight. Some other apparent shifts in character for wrestlers on SmackDown. Chad Gable and Otis attacked Rey Mysterio after their tag match against Rey and Dominic ended suddenly due to a referee stoppage. Also, Apollo Crews attacked Big E from behind with the steel ring steps, and then presumably dumped those steps onto E as Crews was standing in the ring and E was lying prone on the floor. Although that impact was never shown on camera, still, Big E was taken from ringside on a stretcher. All this happened after Crews had lost his match against Shinsuke Nakamura. Daniel Bryan submitted Sami Zayn to win the 6-man tag team main event involving the SmackDown Chamber participants. A parade of finishers and signature moves followed the match, punctuated by Edge getting up from commentary to spear Jey Uso, and Roman Reigns then delivering his own spear on Edge.
AEW.
An upcoming match in AEW's Women's World Championship Eliminator tournament will be shown on Bleacher Report. Tony Khan announced Friday that the semifinal in the US side of the bracket between Riho and Thunder Rosa will debut during a free Sunday special on February 28th. To clarify, this is not the same as the BR Live app, which does show AEW pay-per-views. Also announced Friday, a couple new matches for next Wednesday's Dynamite. We're going to get Lance Archer versus Rey Fenix, with the winner qualifying for the 6-man ladder match at Revolution. 3 of the participants were announced on last Wednesday's Dynamite: Cody Rhodes, Scorpio Sky, and Penta L0M. Some fans were wondering why none of them had to win a qualifying match. Tony Khan actually answered that criticism on Twitter, basically saying that so many wrestlers now want in the match that AEW has to hold qualifying matches now for the remaining spots. The winner of that match at Revolution gets a shot at the TNT Championship. Also added to next Wednesday's Dynamite, Jon Moxley versus Ryan Nemeth. You can also see Mox in action tonight. He's in the main event opposite Davey Boy Smith Jr. on Josh Barnett's Bloodsport 5 show. Also on that card, Jeff Cobb versus filthy Tom Lawlor.
Ring of Honor.
Dragon Lee will defend the Ring of Honor TV Championship against Brian Johnson. The match will be broadcast on ROH's YouTube channel and the Ring of Honor The Experience Facebook page on Wednesday, March 3rd at 7 p.m. A note on one of the matches on this weekend's ROH TV: the winner of that match between the Briscoes and Dragon Lee and Kenny King is going to get a shot at the ROH Tag Team titles on next weekend's ROH TV.
New Japan Pro Wrestling.
New Japan is holding another Road to Castle Attack show this morning. On last night's New Japan Strong, El Phantasmo used his devastating sudden death super kick to beat Lio Rush. Earlier, Fred Rosser grabbed a handful of Hikuleo's hair as he used a backslide to score a pinfall win. Finally, the weather-related crisis in Texas, now impacting independent wrestling in that state. Heavy Metal Wrestling out of San Antonio canceled its Death Bowl show due to water issues at the venue. That's Just Pro Wrestling News for Saturday, February 20th. Our next update comes your way tomorrow morning. Be sure to rate, review, subscribe, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any of our updates. I'm Matt Carlins. Thank you for listening.
This show is a member of the Sorgatron Media Podcast Network. Find out more at sorgatronmedia.com.